Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, bam. Hey, sometimes you gotta gloat, but it's not about gloating. It's about, damn it, why do I know everything that's about to happen, right, in the world of boxing? Let's go to the lightweight division, and you guys will probably be able to follow me. Do you guys remember that I've been saying matter of fact, before Kambosos, George Kambosos, the champion in the lightweight division, who has all the belts except for one, and that's the WBC belt, right? He's almost undisputed. Before he fought, who did Kambosos fight? Teofimo Lopez. He was saying that he would want to fight Devin Haney, because he wants to become undisputed, and he wants Devin Haney after Teofimo Lopez fights. Similar to all the fighters that fight before when they fight a fight, that before that fight they talk like the next fight is going to be something hard, and then after they finished and it doesn't. I was saying then, I think his energy's going to change. He's going to find out how entitled he is after beating Teofimo Lopez, and he's going to find out that he doesn't have to fight Devin Haney, that we will call him, similar to Teofimo Lopez, we'll call him undisputed anyway, even knowing that the franchise belt, which the WBC president said is not a belt. It's just some kind of stuff we just gave to somebody, but it's not a belt. All of a sudden, just a year later, it's a belt now. Matter of fact, it's a belt that outweighs the normal belt. The normal belt in the lightweight division, the real WBC belt, they're calling that in the press regular, right? And they put these on there extra because so you would try to associate it with the regular title from the WBA. That section of body. They have a regular title, which they're trying to do away with now because it confused every damn body. Because the real champion, you had to call him super champion. Instead of just, we got one champion, that's it. They had a super champion, and they had a regular champion. So what the WBC and the press is trying to make you think now is that Devin Haney has the regular, which means it's not as significant as this other one that we just made up. And for the reasons we made it up were ridiculous. But if you've been here, I've documented that. I only talk about pretty much nothing else right now because that's what has to be. It's important that people understand what's really going on. Some dude who happens to be the president of WBC makes up a damn title or belt for his favorite fighter, which would be Canelo Alvarez, so he doesn't have to fight a hard mandatory in Charlo. And just makes it up and gives it some kind of designation, but said it's not a belt for very significant fighters that are, carrying the sport. Right? So you would think, okay, he gave it to Canelo and that's going to be it. No. Canelo asked for it, by the way. Then a month later, Lomachenko asked for it, and he gave it to Lomachenko too. And who did Lomachenko have to fight at the time? His mandatory was Devin Haney. Jamal Charlo and Devin Haney have a couple of things in common. We young black dudes who gonna whoop your ass. And people know it. And there's a real good possibility of that happening. So for us not to make that happen, we gotta come up with some stuff. And WBC president, it wasn't his idea. It was the two great fighters in Canelo Alvarez and Lomachenko who go and call for something that they don't have to fight these mandatories. Which for me, not you, but for me, makes Charlo better and Devin Haney better. Because like I said before, if them names would have been some Roy Fieldings, some Sarametas, some Yildirums or something like that, none of this would have happened. Right? Those brothers are dangerous, that's why we have those. So, that's why right now they're calling the belt from Devin Haney, who did it the right way, did nothing wrong, the regular. Right? So, like I told you before, Kambosos is not going to be trying to fight Devin Haney. And what we're hearing right now is, even though Devin Haney versus Kambosos is an undisputed fight, even though Kambosos says after he beat Teofimo Lopez that it's time for him to go to Australia and fight in front of his people in a big stadium in a big fight, even though your boy Devin Haney has got himself vaccinated to go over to Australia, right, to make sure he's done everything that your boy Kambosos wants. They've offered him money. Kambosos is still dragging his feet, according to the back and forth on Twitter. But let's just see, because Kambosos was talking a little strong towards the end there, like he's waiting on their offer. But I've seen that with Devin Haney before. You say something like that, that's just like calling Ortiz his name one time, Luis Ortiz. Then he calls you up and says, do you want to fight? What you talking about? Same thing with Devin Haney. You told Devin Haney, make sure to send his contract. He probably has it by the time I've done this video. That's how that works. Now, Devin Haney will offer him more money than everybody else. But we have the promoter from Lomachenko, like I was telling you what they're going to do. Bob Arum is saying he wants that fight definitely for Lomachenko. He ain't trying to have Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight for it, the right to fight George Kambosos, which it shouldn't. It should be Devin Haney, period. But okay, right? Then that's either. We want to get Lomachenko in there because if Lomachenko beats your boy Kambosos, like I've been telling you, at that point, if Lomachenko beats Kambosos, you can forget it. They would say Lomachenko's undisputed and they will never look back. Devin Haney's belt would mean even less than it means now. And that's why they wanted to be Lomachenko. Because with Lomachenko, they can really act like, hey, listen, they took Lomachenko, his losses away from him on ESPN twice. You don't make a mistake like that to have him 12 or 13 or 14-0 when he had got a loss already and you just let it disappear. If they go through that, when he gets that title from Kambosos, it's over. Everybody can forget it. That's why it's very important that the fight is between Kambosos and Devin Haney. And at that point, we have one champion and one undisputed champion. And it's not going to be easy for whoever goes over there thinking they're going to beat Kambosos easy. Lomachenko or Devin Haney. You can go to Australia. In Australia, let's try to say, well, it's going to be hard to get a decision in Australia. I'm sick of when people do that. It's the A-side fighter in any country. I've seen cheating in boxers in every single country. Cheats in boxing. Everyone throughout the I can give you from any country who've been cheating. The people cheat because in boxing you can do that, and none of the judges have to go through a justification booth after these fights. That's why it's gonna be cheating in any country. So if you go to Australia and gonna beat that boy, you're gonna have to beat him up, right? You got to beat him up and beat him soundly. But let me just ask you this: if you fight Canelo Alvarez anywhere, do you have to go to Mexico to not get a good decision against Canelo Alvarez? You can go to Vegas. You can go to anywhere. You're not getting no decision against Canelo Alvarez if you don't beat him the hell up. And didn't Floyd Mayweather beat him the hell up? Yeah, even in that fight, somebody called it a tie. So all this, hey, don't go there. They're going to cheat you. Don't go there. They're going to cheat you anywhere if you're not the A side. Period. That's how that works. So at the end of the day, damn it, I'm right again. I'm hearing too much talks about Lomachenko versus Kambosos. Lomachenko doesn't deserve it right now. Period. I know people don't like you to say that. I don't give a damn. He doesn't. Because Lomachenko is the reason we have a franchise title. He was supposed to fight Devin Haney. Yeah, the guy who'd been calling him No-Machenko for 3 years. He was supposed to fight. Devin Haney was his mandatory. If he would have fought him and then went into the Teofimo Lopez fight, we wouldn't have no issues here. We would have one undisputed fight. Because Lomachenko, let's go by what you think would have happened. Lomachenko would have beat Devin Haney. So he has the title of the WBC championship. He goes to Teofimo Lopez and, okay, loses to Teofimo Lopez, let's say. Okay, then Lopez is the undisputed champion with no controversy, right? Lomachenko, for calling up the WBC and asking for a franchise title, for that reason alone, he shouldn't get the chance before Devin Haney. Devin Haney don't want no franchise title. He don't even want it because it doesn't sound right, right? Brothers don't want that. So just because he called to get it and causes confusion, then wait for the winner of Kambosos versus Haney, and then we have undisputed, and let's see if Lomachenko's first in line. Everybody's coming here talking about, oh man, well, he's going to leave the division afterwards. Talking about Devin Haney. He's going to leave the division afterwards. No, he ain't. He's going to leave, but if somebody says fight Lomachenko, if he were to beat Kambosos, I guarantee he'll stay to do that. And y'all know he would. That's the issue here. So no Lomachenko, Kambosos, Haney, Kambosos, and then Lomachenko, you get the winner. And I guarantee you, people won't even like that either. Because what their goal is to have everybody fight around Devin Haney, and he will never get the opportunity. If you think that's not possible, somebody go talk to a guy named Demetrius Andrade. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.